Okay. Hello. Hi, Fungi. How you doing? Yas, queen, get slayed. Exactly. Okay. So before I get started, I want to just explain one thing. I tried playing this game a few weeks ago, and I couldn't get it to run properly. I couldn't see the cursor on my screen. Meaning I couldn't even make, I couldn't pick anything. Doing good, how about you? I'm doing great. I found out why I couldn't play this game before. I had trouble playing this game a few weeks ago. Turns out, you notice my little character in the corner is not moving when I talk. That's because it's just a static image right now. I use the program PNG Tuber Plus, usually. Well, this game doesn't like it when I run that plus this game. I can't run them both at the same time. Hello. I forgot about that. So, I'm gonna have to do this with a little static image of my character. But that's fine. I figured out why it wasn't working before. So, before I get started, Fungi, do you know anything about this game? I have played this game before, but I haven't played the Pristine cut version, which is like, they added a ton of extra stuff to it. Nope. Oh, this is gonna be fun, then. I have played this game when it came out about a year ago. It is a visual novel. It is obviously a spooky visual novel, but it's probably one of the most coolest games I've ever played. I love fun. Alright, then, I'm just gonna get started. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And that's all you get. So I'm just gonna play this without saying anything until things start getting really interesting. There's a ton of choices you can go from here. How should I go about this? How about we go for... Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la Revolution.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this.
Oh,
right?
It's on auto, okay.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses.
Bruh, I made that joke. I know, right?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm gonna put this on... There. I took auto off because I kept skipping dialogue. Alright. So if you notice there, you have the narrator and then you have the voice of the hero. Those are two different people. And then there's the player, which is me. Just remember that. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, Fungi. What should I do? Take the blade? Or enter the basement without the blade? You pick. Like I said, I've played this already. But if you've never seen this game, I want to make this a little interesting. There are no wrong answers, by the way. This game has a lot of different, routes. Like a ton. Stabby stab. Alright, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
And now, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I love the writing in this game, by the way. It is so clever.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay, so I have the knife. Hi, just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you? Or continue down the stairs without saying anything. Again, Fungi, what should I do? Like I said, there are no wrong answers. You can literally pick whatever you want. Just checking in. Okay.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
There she
You walk down the
is.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Maybe. Alright. What? No way. Why would I even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steal your nerves and step forward. Nuh-uh. Okay, good one.
Then drop the knife.
Ooh.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Okay. Drop it or tighten your grip. God, I love the ambience. Drop it. Okay.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Be defenseless. Okay.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Bitch. Okay. Lot of options here. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. Now there's a ton here. Do you want me to continue on and make my own choices? Or Fungi, do you want to make a choice here? Whatever. Option B? This one right here? A relationship? Are you coming on to me? Is that what you're thinking of? You can continue yourself after this one. Okay, we're gonna go with this.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay. What is your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Okay. Don't remember which answers here lead to what. Has been a while since I've played this game from the start. You know why I'm here to kill you.
Do you?
You're apparently going to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Let's see. Deflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I haven't told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm here. I'm sure they have their reasons. Let's see. You know, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you. I don't know about that. I mean, this vibe she's giving off, you know? Ooh, remain silent. Let's go with this one.
They haven't told you anything, have they? At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
If you didn't have the knife, were you supposed to snap her neck or something? That's the beauty of this game. If I didn't bring the knife, her personality would have been completely different. Her personality, like, changes depending on whether you bring the knife or not, and that's just starting a route.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Alright, I'm gonna get this ball rolling and say, okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Let's see. Examine the chains. Or keep. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Which one do I want to go with? Let's see. This. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Keep her locked away.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
There's really no right or wrong choice, seriously. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Have I ever done that before? No, I'm gonna stick to this plan.
Of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Okay, we can make this work.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, throw me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not really a princess, you're a monster. Ignore or go to sleep. Middle one.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best
Bro
you
had
can,
one job and got played like a fiddle.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Hey girl, how you doing?
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Whose side are you on?
Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you.
Oh god, that face.
You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Oh, that's probably one of the creepiest images in this game.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Or do you? Chapter 2, The Nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah.
You're here to slay.
Yeah. So, this game has roots, but it has chapters as well. We're back to the beginning, but there now is a second chapter. Depending on what you do in the first chapter will depend on what route you take. And so, as you can see, we got something pretty interesting to run into this time. So I'm just gonna go straight to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
See? The voice of the hero remembers what happened last time.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Oh, and who's this? Voice of the paranoid. Proceeds to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out.
Look at the little creepers outside.
If you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Look out the window. Alright. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Oh yeah, what's that all about?
I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Bro, are you blind?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Let's see. I want to look in the mirror. I want to see how handsome I am. Why would you lie about there not being a mirror when there clearly is there? What's the point? Yeah, approach mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Surprise, we're not human.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Okay. If I was playing this the first time, I would definitely take the blade, so we'll go with that.
Reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Just chuck a grenade down there. There, problem solved.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Go into the basement.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else.
Bro does not remember.
You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
Okay. How hard is it to throw a knife? I'm going to talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I could do it. I don't know why. You're all being pessimists right now. That one.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes.
Love my paranoia making me second guess myself. Right?
You know why I'm being a pessimist. I'm just asking questions. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
Yeah, pretty weird.
No, I'm not.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
I'm gonna go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There
Oh,
you are.
hi.
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Hang on.
Your arms quickly follow.
This is it, isn't it?
Hey girl, what up?
And you brought your little knife with you again.
Hello.
Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think.
What did you do?
Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Oh shit.
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart.
God, I love this game.
What are you doing?
I'm working.
Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us.
Liver.
Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
You can still hear the voice of the paranoid in the background.
Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Is this like level up from Hello Kitty Girl, or... let's see, why won't you finish me off? If you need me alive, why did you threaten me in the stairs? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. And if I let you out, what then? Do we go our separate ways? You're a lunatic, you know that, right? Let's see. Want to work together? You can at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation.
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Oh, okay. So just being near her. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to try and kill you. Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare. Or slay the princess. I want to see where this goes.
Are you serious? Lungs. You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission.
Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
Oh, jeez.
Deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
God, that art.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself.
I've never gotten this path.
It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
Because before, I didn't, like, throw the knife away with this one.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Oh, I hate. Oh, I don't know.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
Oh, but he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Oh, what the? The moment of clarity?
What the fuck? In the...
Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
Oh yeah, I know this was one of the paths, but this is the one I haven't gotten before.
There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
Voice of the Broken.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay. We decided not to do that. Didn't we? Yeah. We're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
Multiple voices are here.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
The whole gang's here. Interesting.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling.
And the
Not when
hunted.
there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free.
They're all here.
Can we love something that
Wow.
hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
Okay, I need to explain. Every single route you take, you get another voice. Like the smitten is like a route that you take when you want to you want to treat the princess like a princess. So that all the voices from all the different routes are now congregated all at once.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
I think they're all wrong. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
Oh my god. That doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice. And some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I there those other times? Did someone else make the decision? What if we don't go to the cabin? Can you make sense of them? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. Proceed to the cabin. The only way out of this is to do nothing. Stay where you are. That seems boring. Can you make sense of them?
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
You think?
And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Put a pin in that. The narrator is sus.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
I think they're all wrong.
Of course we're wrong.
She's the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
We're gonna go to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there. Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
You gaslighting piece of garbage.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
Approach the mirror. And what's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving.
I need to mention too, all of this is hand-drawn. All the art in this game is hand-drawn. Just mwah.
Or you could just give up.
Yeah, go to the mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Oh, you guys are giving me conflicting messages. Proceed.
Proceed? Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
Give a genuine sketchy feeling. Well, that's the thing. It's literally drawn on paper and then scanned into a program. That's why it looks sketchy, because it was literally drawn on paper.
That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked.
Oh.
It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor.
He said it!
A hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
Oh. I can't select these. Take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else. Don't you remember? You have to take the blade. Oh, that's interesting. Take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do,
Hi.
the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very
And the
deep,
abyss stares back.
deep in the bowels
Yeah, there
of
it
the
is!
earth. You see something staring back at you.
Oh.
It fills you with dread.
Okay.
It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
When I said that way back when, you know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could knock you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so, so long. And time erodes everything.
Oh, I get it. You're like literally... Are you like nihilism or something?
Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my will.
Oh.
And let me out.
Oh my god, the mask. Oh. Oh, the Oh.
It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness.
The funny thing is, like, she's terrifying, but she, like, is, like, talks really playfully. That's funny.
I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Oh, I can't even... You're just an object, a tool. You once were something else a long time ago, but was that something you... Or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free. Oh.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Bye-bye. You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her. Maybe it won't be gone.
Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Boop! You step towards the mirror. It holds a truth that you must witness.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Gaze at your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Damn, I'm looking good! You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her. Hey girl, what's up?
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I love this game. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights. What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Fair enough. Let's see. Let her out of here. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Pocket dimension. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Me when I lie. Let's see. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Let's see. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Okay. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess and stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Let's see. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Wow, that's deep. Okay. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. And we're back to chapter 1!
You're on a path. You're here to...
You can skip previous scene, blah blah blah. So, the way this game works, I have to do that 3 more times. Every time I send a vessel or a version of the princess to that hand entity thing. And that's how you get to, that's how you beat the game. You gotta do that. I have to do that 3 more times. And then we'll get an ending. That's how this game works. I love it. It's just like so... This game, if you were to 100% this game, I read it takes like 14 hours. But we're not gonna be here for 14 hours. So... Okay. What should we do this time? Just go straight to the cabin? Or turn around and leave? No, I want to go straight to the cabin.
You make your way up the warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through with... Ignore him.
Same thing as before. Okay.
The interior of the blade is...
Okay. This time we're going to go in without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
You notice she now doesn't sound menacing, she actually sounds, very defenseless. Okay, I know what route I'm gonna go for this. Hang on. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Let's see. Is this how you get the voice of the smitten? Yes. That's exactly what I'm going for. Yeah, we're just gonna go examine the chains.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? Get the knife. Well, I don't know if I can get the knife at this point, but like I said, I'm going for the voice of the smitten, so... I think this will work.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the
Whoopsie.
click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Let's see. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
He gets it. Let's see. Let me
Your
out of here.
shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Nuh-uh.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
No, I chose this.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
And boop.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Narrator has God mode on.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against
How
the
convenient,
ragged,
yeah.
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Whoa.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Whoops. Hang on. Get down. Cat. Okay. Go on, baby. This narrator is backseating. Yeah, he is. Warner.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Girl failure.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her sake? don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Is that plot armor working against you now? Well, think about it. I technically can't die, even though I do die all the time. Which kind of makes you wonder, right? Like, what are you?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path. You're here to
Okay, let's see. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
I love this guy.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Proceed to cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Yeah.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart.
He admits
My
it.
passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
I know what I'm going to do. I just love hearing the spit and talk.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I think I need to go in without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now,
but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
This guy is so sappy.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yup.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Alright. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. What did you do? Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists.
It's like,
and
yeah, I'm fine
indeed,
with this.
We won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time?
Yeah, she sure
That's
didn't.
Our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I don't have the knife. I have to ask, why did you end the world after you killed me? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Shallow.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
A little too perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay, let's just get her out of here.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Haha. Oh. 1 second.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Damn, alright.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Just go up and take him
and
out.
gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
Look at that anime-looking face.
Shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful
Oh, there's like a little
embrace.
bit of pink in the background too.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Yippee!
What do we do now?
Let's see. Oh, yeah. What do you want to
Let me
do?
guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest. There must be something you
I
want.
just want to make you happy.
Oh.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Uh-oh. Well, hop onto the art.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
But what would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
The music. I want me to tell you what you... I want you to tell me what you want. This is becoming so... Exactly!
I just want to make you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Okay, clearly something is happening here and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here, nobody gets hurt, and we just figure out a way to be happy together? You have to want something... This one? Oh!
Is that really what you want? If you think that would make you happy, then...
I think this is something that he added for the Pristine cut, because I don't remember this.
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
Well, at least she's normal again. Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught. This is unacceptable. But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she? No. It has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here.
Okay, this is unknown territory for me now.
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Oh.
Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever. You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh. Wow.
Oh no! What are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider. And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be soon.
You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your
Oh my
exposed
God.
heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
What the fuck?
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Okay, this is a dark turn to what I was going for, but I've never seen this.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something. It's beautiful.
What the fuck?
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
What the happily ever after? What?
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin. Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet.
This is... wow. I don't know anything about this.
We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that.
There's the paranoid.
Thank you, here's the new guy. Welcome! Can't say I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place. All stale and wrong. Can't you feel it? Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one? The other one?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the
certain
smitten?
lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent. Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time. Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Their
No, that's not
multicolored
true.
glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty. Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
Does it matter if the blade's here? We didn't use it last time, and the time before that she used it to kill us. So none of you are going to talk about the mirror that's in the middle. Turn around and leave? No, I'm gonna go with the computer. Yeah.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right there. Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like. There is no door, there's a mirror. No, there isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. That's because I'm not lying. Look, if you need help, just raise your hand, and I'll guide it where it needs to go.
Reach forward.
You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. It's gone. I don't like things disappearing on us. I don't like how fluid reality seems to be.
Oh, now you don't like how reality is fluid.
Neither do I. And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm. Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't.
Did I unlock an
have to
entirely
stay
new
princess.
ending? Like, a ending?
No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature? That is precisely why she poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning. No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice,
Struggling to do
gentle and warm,
improv.
with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
What?
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I
hell?
desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
Things are gonna go tits up, aren't they?
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
He's like, throws his hands up in the air. I give up!
And don't eat the food.
Maybe I will eat the food. You can't tell me what to do.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the centre of the room. The princess, seated at its far end. Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Oh? Why is it there?
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
Yeah, I'm getting bad vibes. What is this place? What are you supposed to do now? You mentioned dinner on the stairs. Excuse me? Get up. What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
Huh. What are we supposed to do now? Mentioned dinner on the stairs.
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgot about it.
Oh!
Flames burn bright and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Okay. I thought that shadow was ominous.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said. Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem. For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table.
Yeah.
But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
Refuse her hospitality or eat. Fungi? You pick. You pick. What should I do? I have no idea how this is gonna play out. Should I refuse or should I eat? Eat the food or she'll eat you. Okay, I'll eat the food then.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue.
Damn, this is gonna make me want to order a pizza afterwards or something.
You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had.
Huh.
But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow rushes across the table, clearing and replating.
Fuck.
The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. And then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
So the shadow sweeps
This
over the
is
table,
very
clearing
concerning.
the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again.
Is this hell?
The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more.
So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal.
That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down.
We're just getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever.
Yeah, about that.
Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast, and again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
Huh. This is interesting.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
Wow, that was a lot. What just happened? Did you make the torch go out? I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say. It's just a torch, don't worry about it. Well, we ate. What are we supposed to do now? Excuse me, get up, silently push yourself from your seat, or slay the princess. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know what to do. Because I don't know what to expect. How about, I don't think you did anything wrong.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
Oh. Oh, no. The smitten. The smitten has become too possessive. You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here.
If the torches go out, the shadow will take over. I think you're right. I think you're right.
Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just
Deduce
with
the
her
enemy
now.
of the shadowy
He's
figure.
the
I just got
shadow.
an achievement. Oh, this is cool! Hey, Smitten, you were really chatty last time. Don't you have anything to say? Yeah!
Smitten?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response. No, I saw him smile. That's him. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
Yeah, he completely just went, like, obsessive dark mode.
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do?
Oh my god, she has a voice in her head now. Oh, okay, I'm really sorry. Hang on, I gotta let my cat out my door. Oh, this is really, really good. I like this.
He says he's tired. I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
He's tired. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Silently push yourself from the seat, or slay the princess. I feel bad for her. I don't want to slay her. How about... try to get up.
But as you attempt to
Oh.
get up, the torches flare and shadowed hands pin your wrists to the arms of your too comfortable seat. There will be no getting up. There will be no attempts to slay her. At least not for now.
Well, we ate. Okay. I can't get up. Something's holding me down.
The princess smiles nervously.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore. We have everything we need.
Yeah, this is hell.
He just wants us to be happy.
Oh my god, this is such a dark turn to the Smitten. Holy shit. Do we actually have everything we need? Because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like...
Like we've been given everything someone else has told us we wanted. But it isn't what we want.
Oh!
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I don't think we can prevent the shadow from taking over. I think it's just a matter of time.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
Oh my god, this is so fucked.
This is awful.
Even the narrator feels bad for her.
I think we all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves.
Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes! Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
Holy shit. We need the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
Oh, baby girl.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Game over, I'm guessing. Let's see. Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose? Whatever the shadows have been showing us isn't real. We need to see what happens when the lights go out. We don't have to let it go or say nothing. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We are both prisoners now. Yeah, that's exactly what it seems like. Is that it's not one-sided now. What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
Oh my god.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
Oh my god.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so good! You can open your eyes, I'm still here, you know.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
So you are. It's dark in here, isn't it?
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
Oh my god. Oh my god! I don't think I'll ever stop. Whatever we had between us wasn't real, but this is real. I don't know if I ever have, but maybe I can now. I'm not sure I've ever had the chance to figure out how I feel about you. I've just wanted to leave since the moment I found myself in the woods. Know or slay the prince. Oh my god. I legitimately feel sorry for her.
I don't know what this is.
I'd like to find out.
Me too. And I don't think we're going to find anything here. So, I guess it's time for us to leave.
I think I got a third ending. Like a new ending.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold and a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world?
It does, if he's telling the truth.
Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Oh my god, the narrator is actually moved.
Really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it?
Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
Wow.
You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
Oh my god. Giving context to what this, like, to the other endings, this feels like a gut punch.
He's really gone, isn't he?
Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
The stars are so beautiful.
A quiet moment passes over you. A comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Oh my god! She gently pulls you forward and the two of you fall into graceful steps. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretched to their limits. Only the tenderest grasp of your hand in hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
Oh my god! I meant it. Share a dance with your happy ending. Holy shit! That was so I am so glad I got that ending completely just by accident. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor you never will. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
I think I got one of the new endings. Not the final ending, but one of the brand new endings for the Pristine cut.
It's calling us. And not in a good way.
The voices feel small distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always leaves them, makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. Yeah, I got one of the new endings. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceeds of cabin. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Hang on. 1 second, I'm sorry, I have to mute my mic. I am gonna go my BRB screen really quick. I will be right back. I apologize. Alright, back. Let's see. I don't want to hurt you anymore. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart.
Ah.
Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Aw, that's... Wow, that's potent. Okay, we're gonna go right back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Alright.
You're on a path. You're here.
Okay. Which route should I take next? I don't know what other new things are in this game either. Hang on, I know what I'm gonna do.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Let's see. I don't care, I'm not killing a princess.
Killing is such a gauche phrasing and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess, because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her.
I don't believe you, man.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Well, I guess I'll start walking in a different
There's
direction.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And
Lamau.
here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
This is what happens if you allow AI to make a video game.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Okay, Mom.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
The stranger.
You're on a path, and you're here to...
Okay. Wait, hasn't this already happened?
Hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it.
We've just met for the first time, you and I.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know, I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
The
The
contrarian.
entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Hang on. I should probably do this just to be safe. Yes.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic
I
little
vibe
voices
with the
to back of your
contrarian.
mind.
Same.
Stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay. Yeah, let's get to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed to the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Somebody really stirred the pot, huh?
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong.
It's like everything's fine. Reality, like, breaking apart.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
That's funny that you say that, because the first route we took...
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
I'm gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the... Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Keep your grip as is, hold the blade the other way. Sure.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Oh my god, the contrarian is the best.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Enter basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Oh.
No, thank you.
Hero be like, nope.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the harsh stairs to the left, the center. are the right stuffs. Bop.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, till there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Hey, how you doing?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Whoa, reality just unwoven all around us. Whoa, that was cool.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Hey. Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. Let's go with this.
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
This is like the path we did before where all the voices were in our head at once, and now it looks like this time we're seeing all the different princesses at once.
We can do that?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
That was actually my intent anyway, so...
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? You would always start by stabbing her. Which her?
Which
Any
her?
of them. I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine?
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it?
It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making
Yeah,
things
I wonder
worse.
who. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. You're apparently a threat to the world. Oh. Why is... This one's like 3 different ones selected all at once. No, let's go with... What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
For all I know, you're locked up here down for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
Girl, you sound like me on one of my bad days. Oh!
Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Okay, I only have 2. If I let you out of here, what are you gonna
I
do?
don't think what I do really matters, does it? I just want to live my life. I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
I don't believe you.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Oh, last option.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. All at once you charge forward, knife beaming to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Nope.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
She looks like Play-Doh.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her.
I think we did this.
Do you think she'll squeak if I poke her?
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
It's Dory!
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Alright, I'll do my best. And there she goes. Yeah, she's gone.
She's
No
gone.
returns.
Is that a...
Approach the mirror.
This... Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
Small distant. Gaze at your reflection. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How can you stand to be a contradiction? I don't matter how many times I got back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I just want it all to stop.
It will, in time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. Know that I hold no malice for you.
Let's see. What do you think of this vassal?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Oh, interesting.
They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Hey, where is it? I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Okay, I believe I only have to do that one more time before we get to the real ending.
You're here.
What haven't I done yet? Well, let's go straight to the cabin.
You make a warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through. Ignore him.
Straight to the cabin.
The interior of the blade is...
We're gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the...
We're gonna enter the basement. Oh, I'm sorry.
The door to the
I
basement
just got your
creaks
message,
open,
Fungi. I wasn't
revealing a
watching, I'm sorry.
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the prince, her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
I do have a plan, though. I'm not gonna do what I did the first time. I'm gonna do something different.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm just gonna keep going down there without saying anything.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Let's see. I haven't just straight up did what the narrator told me to do. What does that lead to? I don't remember. Let's see.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Let's see. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm not dropping the blade. Yeah.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Sprint at her.
You stare at the princess.
Or stare? Squinting. I thought...
She squints back.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Squirt at the princess even harder. Wait, I got it. Wait, I'm curious.
You squint even harder. So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever.
Squint.
Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Slay princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Holy shit, that hurts!
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
We can still turn this around.
Give up, Lee. Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for
Damn, the
breath,
princess got hands.
exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Excuse me?
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The
Gotcha.
two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yep. That's what I was going for.
You're here.
Okay, we're gonna go straight to the cabin.
She will
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So,
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
the cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
You take the blade from the altar, It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Let's see. Basement?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
If the narrator was smart, he would give us a gun. That would actually be the funniest thing, if that was like a choice.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Hey, yo! Yeah, I know, right?
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
I think there's like 10 different versions of the princess. Maybe more.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
Holy shit.
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking. Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess. The princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing?
Hang on, let me just do this to be safe. Yes.
Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. Enough is enough. I believe you. And that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Let's see. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take things even less seriously. You don't know the depth of my empathy. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I never died. Don't worry, I'm going to do a good job.
Right. Now focus up and do it then.
Alright. Go for it. Just go.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead.
Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Let's see. Bates, strike at the heart.
If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel
Whoa.
flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum. Your weapon
Aim for the
tightly
knees.
lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Unlodge, attack at different angle. I'm gonna listen to the stubborn.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes. You finally get it, don't you?
What are you talking about? Continue pushing. Continue in silence.
Yes, you're right. We don't even need to talk about it.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact.
We're fine.
But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor.
I said we're fine.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
Woohoo!
She tosses it at your feet.
Aren't you jumping the gun a little? We each died once. That doesn't mean we're immortal. Let's see. Don't you want to be free, though? Isn't there more to life than waking up chained in a basement? I think I'm done fighting you. I don't think this is healthy for either of us. No, just keep going. Just keep pushing it.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're dead? Or rather, about to be dead. As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs. You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and it's over. It's finally over.
No, it's not. We're just getting started.
But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin. There are few better endings than that.
Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
Get up.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive.
Ha! I told you this wasn't over.
Stubborn is the goat.
What about her? The blade went right through her heart.
What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine.
No, she's dead. She has to be... No!
Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we? I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect.
The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet.
You know what to do. Again.
But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that? All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all.
Oh, we just missed her heart. Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over.
Well, I guess I had it wrong.
You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything?
I never said I knew everything.
Again!
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into
Jeez!
grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage.
And then we get up.
Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More!
You and the princess exchange dozens of
That's
devastation
so brutal.
blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
But he doesn't answer the voice. He'll never answer. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything.
Unstoppable force versus immovable object. Yeah, essentially, that's what this path is.
Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
The princess stumbles and her body slumps.
I feel so... tired.
You'll not get a chance to respond, or you never...
She's gone. Is that a...
approach mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. You've unraveled. Oh, am I gonna have to do that 5 times? Well, we'll see. I thought it was 4 times. Let me see. Let's see. I guess it is 5 times. Okay. Because that should have... something else should have happened.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Everything feels like a riddle. Can you give me a
I'm
straight
sorry.
answer?
Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a bold heart, Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Okay. I am ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Yeah, I gotta do it again.
I will be here, waiting for you.
One more time. I thought it was 4 and I was mistaken. That one was good. Again.
You're on a path in the woods.
I could do that
And at the
again,
end
but
of that path,
hang on,
you're
let me
here.
shut up, narrator. I could do that one again, but do a slightly different, like, trying to think. There was the adversary. There is another path that you can do that's similar, but it results in a completely different princess. So, I want to try to do that one. I want to try to get to that one for the last one.
She will. We're not going to ignore.
Let's see. So I think I have to take the knife, but
The interior of the blade.
I think to get to the one I want, I gotta take the knife and hesitate. I
Take
think.
the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay.
Like, instead of giving up before I get her, or I mean, I have to.
The door to the
on a
basement
second.
creaks open,
Hold on.
revealing.
Like, when I get there, instead of going all out, I give up before I actually give her the final blow. I think that's how it works.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool.
Yeah, this is the same as before, so we'll just go right
Good.
downstairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the sheets, focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to
Okay.
kill me or something?
Steal your
You
nerves.
step forward.
Oh? No talk. I'm probably chained up in this basement, so...
She's
Okay.
unarmed.
I'm not dropping the blade. Let's see. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine, I guess we're gonna squint, drop the blade.
You stare at the princess. She squint. The two of you
Do that again.
squint. So do police know you're going.
And slay.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt for a moment of distraction and hesitation. It feels like you've been hit with a holy though she's unarmed. Your blade slashed. You can still turn this around.
Yeah, give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
I can't believe you done that, mate.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
There we go. The tower.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Okay. She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best. You know I can hear. What does it matter what he knows?
Broken.
There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Okay, go to the cabin.
Oh, she will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her.
And stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her.
I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the states of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
See,
if that's what
cabin.
You want, I guess I don't have a say here.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your... Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Okay. Should I take the blade or not? This guy reminds me too much of myself. I don't like him. Oh shit, I'm sorry. But should I go in with the blade or without the blade? Take it, okay?
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This is actually kind of nice.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Simp.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Okay.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Hey yo, again?
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Okay, last time I'll ask this. Should I drop it or should I tighten my grip? You get to choose. Get killed or put on a fight? Attack. Yeah. So, tighten grip.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember?
Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Yeah, she has like a very overpowering will.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
No.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer. You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
Okay.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What?
What?
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Oh. Am I gonna have a chance to not do that?
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Slay princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
God damn.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her. It's what she wants. You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded...
I thought the smitten was a simp.
thinking it can defy a god.
You're right.
It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Nah.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. Influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There is a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
No!
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she gasps, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh. We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Oh, you shut up.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine. She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something, I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Rattle. Oh, man.
On a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that? I think he's upset.
No shit.
And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Exactly. Heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was, and ever will be.
I can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us, and you almost got us killed.
You're being too generous. He did get us killed.
Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a...
If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her. It's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
Ugh.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
Now I have a headcanon that this guy is a depressed smitten. Actually, like... I mean, that's a good way to put it. It really is just a depressed version of the smitten.
Good. We're all on the same.
So gross.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining. The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Let's see. Yeah, we're taking the blade.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
Let's see. How are we supposed to get to the basement? There's no door. I'll just go to the mirror. Yeah.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. Almost as if you don't see it. But you must, because it's right there in front of you. All we see is a damn mirror. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe
Oh,
it
hey,
clean?
Stubborn is back. Yeah.
Wipe what clean? The door? The mirror. What are you talking about? You're standing in front of... But it has to be real. It's right.
Okay.
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there?
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it. Let's get violent already.
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Smash it, why not?
Bring your fist crashing down
Ah.
against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Why am I not surprised?
You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odour an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat. See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good.
She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. We're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
It doesn't matter what we are. She needs slaying, and we've got the means to do it, so let's get a move on.
If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here. It's why your task is so important.
Yeah, see, that's not true. Because depending on how we perceive her is how she changes. That's the whole point.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor.
It looks like a heavy metal cover.
Torment of ripped skin and burning bone. The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh.
Oh god.
With a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Let her in. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before, and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
Let's see. I'm going to end you. Slay the princess. I don't think you can talk to her when she's like this. She's like rightly pissed. Hang on.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Alright, calm down.
Your heart full of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
With a horrified squelch, you are unwound.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet.
Oh, I can keep going. Okay. Jeez. No time for words. Step forward and engage.
skin flame.
How am I even moving?
You charge towards the princess.
Why is this cooler than the demon form? Right?
That's right. She'll never stop us.
Still you defy your god. I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again.
You swing for her heart. What's left of you explodes. So that's it. It's over. Just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment.
I'm getting
we
sick of
laid
you.
Eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No! No! It's not over! We're a god killer! We've returned from death itself twice!
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one. But functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room. Yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in. Incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment.
Wow, that goes hard.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
Again, this is new. In the old version, this path did not have a lot of options. Shred this vessel for the next. Do anything right now? She's not letting me. She's going to get worse. She's gonna get worse over time.
I don't know. You're the one who makes things happen, so make it happen.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
But you yeah, like what else was I supposed to do? There is a great release as you lose your grip on what's left of your flesh and blood. Whoa, what? And yet you're still here.
You're on it?
What?
Where the hell are you? Are you already at the princess?
The fuck?
This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I
Oh,
want to go back.
The hunted?
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The princess tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound. Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
Holy sh... Die again. Again, you relinquish your body, and again you find yourself here, but somewhere else.
Lorna,
She's gorgeous.
What? It's spinning again.
Absolutely divine.
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what to do this time.
and what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the princess, and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
This is awesome. You let yourself go and you are living once more.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
Oh, is that the first F-bomb they dropped? Wow. Metal pipe.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and... We're unwound? Yes. Her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
Again.
Bro. You have no body. You exist. You are reborn.
You're on a...
No time. You narrate now.
Yes. Of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. You might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance. Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
All the boys are back in town again.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
It doesn't.
Holy shit.
You are disintegrated. Everything goes down.
But there is no you to die. Wow, this is metal.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
That feels right.
What?
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
Because we always have been. If we're nothing, then how can we do anything? The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be.
End this.
Oh. A force races towards the princess's exposed heart, threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I scattered the atoms you clung to and there was nothing there to find. You can't exist.
Holy shit. The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
Wow, that was cool. Quantum break. That's a good one.
She's gone, and there's that mirror. This doesn't
Screw the mirror. We
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Okay, here we go. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh! A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And then another crack forms and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Hello, you son of a bitch. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. Let's see. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I only have so many questions I can ask him before he goes bye-bye. In one of my lives, you doubted yourself. You thought that all of this was wrong. Others like you, you've said something like that before. Has every narrator been different? Let's see. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Let's see. You said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
So the princess is literally the concept of change, and change contains death. This dude wanted to try to get rid of death, so that's why he wanted her to be slain. And based on how you perceive her, she can change. So, okay. Where's that one other question? If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Yep. We're a god. Let's see. In one of my lives, you doubted yourself. You thought that all of this was wrong.
Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
I don't know about that, man. You sounded legitimately sorry. Let's see. A god. I always knew I was special. Let's see. Why couldn't you have told me all this from the start? I would have helped you destroy her.
If you actually knew what she was from the start, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
Let's see. Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
And that's why we keep coming back. Because we're literally a god. What if either of us leave this place? The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I wasn't supposed to see all of this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
So the princess and I are literally used to be one, but this guy tore us into two. Okay, that was the last question. I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Hello?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Despite everything, it's still you. Yeah. Hell, pretty much.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Okay, I've missed you too. You know about the echo. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Don't you have a say in all this? Why is it all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions. If I let you out, the entire world ends for good. I can't do that. Let's see. Anything interesting? I think it's time for us to leave this place. No. Let's see. Don't you have a say in this?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts.
This feels meta-narrative. Oh, because it is. This game, like, after I first played this game, I literally was just sitting there staring at the screen being like, wow. Wow. Okay.
If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's see. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
Even when you reduced me to nothing, you could not rid yourself of me, but I was able to rid myself of you. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this is about. Reject her authority, argue your independence, reject her perspective. Okay. let's go with... appeal to your shared humanity.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
Continue to appeal to your shared humanity. This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
My mass is mobbing. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
Only the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the flood
In every
of
moment
bodies.
you hold every possible
Every
sensation at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again.
We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
There can be loving conflict and beauty and ugliness between us without bringing the whole reality into the picture.
We are the whole of reality. A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars.
Aww.
But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
Address the vessel's statement directly. I was so glad to dance with you. There was a mockery of a life we shared. What we shared there was agony, but it doesn't have to be like that. We can find a way to make things better. I never want to hold the world still, but is suffering the only alternative? I never want to hold the world still, it needs you. The only reason we weren't happy was because we couldn't forget.
When you're starting to wake up, leave with me when the time comes, and we can dance forever.
Oh, hello.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Thank you for sharing yourself with me. I don't need to share my heart with anyone. I wish I could share my heart with you. You showed me your heart to break me. It was terrible. If that is what it takes to rid the world of suffering, I could bear solitude. You know what's interesting about this is that she has a point. How people are afraid to share their hearts with others. There's actually something really deep about that. In my opinion. Let me look at this.
I'm aware that it did to you. The understanding of return to you is a gift.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake. You will rapidly dissolving. your will,
Nothing
rather.
is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything that isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Let's see, what do I want to go for? Let's see. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Huh. Hang on.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now,
There we go.
you don't have to do it alone.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yes.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Look at the mirror. I mean, look at the windows.
Do you need me to describe things?
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Whoopsie. After everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go. Excuse me, is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Okay. I'm not going to take the blade.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
F.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
Well, the first time we met, I scared you so much your organs stopped working. And I meant to do that. If anyone should be apologizing here, well, it should be me.
She remembers it.
But hey, we both took things a little far, didn't we? It's no big deal. All of that's behind us now, I think.
You know, when she puts it like that...
It's good to finally see you again.
Right back at you.
Aww.
In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
Aww. Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
So now that we're at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
Oh my god. That's so cute.
But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that?
Aww.
And as for you, well, hero works for me.
Oh my... Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
Oh my god! Hold on a second. I gotta mute my mic. Aww. None of this... Okay, none of this was really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
Aww. So what do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you.
Aww.
And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
This is meta as hell. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this. It doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. Take her hand. Aww. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we— oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Thanks
Don't
for everything.
mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Aww. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitingly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Oh my god. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh my god.
But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Oh my god. And that's it. That's just one of the the final endings too. I think there's like 3 of them, but that's the one I wanted. Oh, that is still such a good game. And like I said, you could play this game for hours and find different routes. Oh, that was so good. I definitely recommend this game. Whew, it's almost been 4 hours. Damn. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up now, so. Thank you for coming, Fungi. You have been here the entire time, so I appreciate that. And, well, I hope you have a good day. See ya!